Good morning, friends. I hope you're having a great day. I just had a wonderful conversation with a practice owner. He's got several locations, seems to be a very astute businessman, and it was a great call. But I did want to talk to you today about something that I discussed with him in regards to ROI tracking and reporting. So he had definitely done his homework. He came to the meeting with several very specific questions. And one of them was, do you track exact return on investment, and how do you do that? And I just want to talk to you guys about this because I want you to think about this from a different perspective. I know in dentistry, the mindset is more technology is better always. Better technology, better care. And that's kind of where you come to the conversation from. But there is a such thing as over automation, or even things just being inaccurate that can actually hurt you a great deal. So when it comes to tracking the effectiveness of your digital marketing strategy, I want to give you a little bit of advice today that you probably haven't heard from other marketers, which is fine with me. I love to share new ways to think about things. So I have thought a great deal, and I've even gotten to final stages of evaluating return on investment software, white labeling and reselling it. And of course, it could be a profit margin for me, just like it is for all the other marketing companies. But when I think about it functionally, and when I put myself back into the shoes of Grace Rizza, marketing director for a dental practice, I think about this a little bit differently. So back when I was a marketing director in 2008, I used to run monthly reports on return on investment. And I used to break down those reports into different categories. So the first thing that I listed out was the level of risk per marketing method. So for instance, if we had a radio ad running and it was $3,500 a month, and at the time this is similar to what we were actually doing, I would categorize this as a higher risk investment because it is a higher dollar amount. Number one, we're spending $3,500 a month. That's kind of high risk to me. And in addition to that, I would consider it high risk because we had a 2-year contract. So you have a long-term commitment, which drives the risk up higher. If it doesn't work, then we're out a lot of money for a long time. And so first thing I did was I would categorize the risk. Is this low, medium, or high risk, and why? So let's talk about a low risk investment. A low risk investment might be, I sponsored the local baseball team. I might not get any patients out of it, but what do I have to lose? It's a couple $100 a year, and we're on the back of their t-shirts. No big deal. So that would be a low risk investment. Okay, so you've got high risk, moderate risk, and low risk. Next, for every marketing method, I would break down the number of new patients that came from that marketing method, and I would also break down the production that came from that marketing method. So each marketing method had a new patient acquisition cost, a dollar amount in production, and a level of risk. And so I would present this to the doctors and they would flip through it, and we would together go, okay, let's keep this, let's change this, let's change up the creative here, let's eliminate this and replace it with more of that, because this is really a predictable way to market and we should put more money here. And so that's how we every so often would evaluate what we were doing in marketing. I recommend doing this on a quarterly basis, having that conversation, but on a monthly basis, updating your reports. This is not something that you can outsource to the marketing company, as much as I would love to have that additional source of revenue. And here's why. If I'm the marketing company, which I am, and if my main motivator is to make more money, and I know the doctor's too busy to really dig into these numbers, what am I going to do? I'm going to want my numbers to look the best that they could possibly look. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put a tracking number on your Google My Business listing, on your website, on your Google ads, on your social media marketing. I'm going to throw my tracking number on everything. And some dentists think, well, so what? If you're managing those things, shouldn't they count as your leads? Well, no, because if I'm a patient and I'm looking to come to your practice because my friend referred me, what's the first thing I'm going to do to find your phone number? I'm going to Google your name, or I'm going to look you up on Facebook, and I'm going to call the number that I find through a digital means. But my actual referral source was my buddy, was my friend. So we've got to think about how people actually use the internet today and how they use it to get information. And is it fair to qualify that as a lead from the marketing company? It's not. And so what happens is your business, if you're with a company that does this, your business may not actually grow, but their numbers and stats look really good. And so you can't tell where you're supposed to put your money. You think, maybe I'm supposed to put it all in digital because that's how everybody's finding us. Not true. I mean, you can almost have no marketing and people can still find you by searching your name. So I just want you to think twice about spending more money on the fancy dashboard and the fancy ROI calculator because it's inaccurate. It's incredibly inaccurate. Instead, your front office team needs to be held responsible for documenting the mentioned referral source for every single new patient who calls in. Who can we thank for referring you is the best way to ask this question, because it implies that you're used to getting patient referrals. It implies without saying it that your patients love you and they refer to you. So you're looking for a name. And I like that too, because if they were referred by a friend or family, they're more likely to give you that name than to just default to I found you online. So I want real data. And the best way to get that real data is to document the referral source internally for every single new patient. And then for the office manager or your marketing associate, if you have one, or your assistant who wants more hours, to sit down, pull the new patient reports, pull their referral sources, and pull their production. And these are things you can pull from your software. So don't get caught up in this high tech is better thing. Don't project that into marketing, because the marketers are slick. And if they know dentists love numbers, dentists love stats, dentists love technology and detail and preciseness, and they're gonna feed on that. And sometimes you're paying the same amount of money as you would spend. You're spending double on this software that's giving you just wildly false information. The other danger here, and I'm almost done here, so hang with me. The other danger here is that sometimes these marketing companies have a guarantee. We'll produce X amount of return, or 20 new patients, or 40 or 50 or whatever. And they're really just kind of piggybacking the reputation you already have and taking credit for it. So if you're with a marketing company and you're not actually seeing growth in your numbers, it's stagnant from before you hired them to after you hired them. Even after the allotted time, you need to start thinking about the fact of, is this actually providing a real return on investment, and think twice about it. So I'm Grace Rizza, owner and founder of Identity Dental Marketing, in case you don't know, and I'm more than happy if anyone's looking for more information about how to get ethical marketing and how do I get a marketing plan that's just gonna cut out the fluff and just do the right thing for your practice. I'm more than happy to offer you a marketing planning session. So thanks for being a part of the group. If you found this information helpful, please invite your friends to join the group. That is how you can repay me. So I hope you have a wonderful day and a great coming up weekend. Bye.